What's up, guys? I'm back finally. Welcome to another episode of Pages from Rock Bottom. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kim, and tonight we are joined by Rachel, the road back, Rachel Morley. Am I saying your last name right?
Yeah,
Morley.
Morley.
Okay.
Hmm.
Morley's fight for her family. I do want to warn everybody, trigger warning. Um, this episode is going to include childhood trauma, substance use, heroin, meth, crack, alcohol, addiction, overdose, legal consequences, incarceration, child custody, and personal trauma. Listener discretion is strongly advised.
And profanity.
Yes,
It will be profanity.
if you cuss, it's okay. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I'm bad. It's bad.
Girl, it's fine. But we have to say it. You know what I mean? But welcome, Rachel. Tell us who you are and where you are from.
So I'm Rachel Morley. I am from a little town called Chansey in Athens, Ohio. Um, 34. I have 4 kids, but I don't know.
Did you get lost?
Yeah. So I guess it would have started like can remember back. Like there's 5 of them. There's an older sister, me, my brother, and 2 younger sisters. And when we were growing up, we lived in a little old coal miner shack in Chansey. And we didn't have the greatest childhood. Our parents were crackheads. And like it and I think it was probably 4th or 5th grade. Um I remember because me and Robin have a different dad than the other 3. So Robin was like, screw this. Come on, Rachel. Like we're not gonna do this. Like let's go live with Grandpa. So we moved in with my grandpa, and my aunt Nana, and then I I felt like bad or like I felt some type of way because I left the other 3 there.
Yep.
And they're younger. Like my brother is a year and a half younger than me. Regina is 5 years younger than me, and Sarah's 7 years younger than me. So they're all like babies. And here, like I felt bad because I left them. So I went back, and so I could try to take care of them. And and then about 7th grade, my 7th grade year, that's when I started really started smoking weed and drinking because I just couldn't, like I couldn't do it because here I'm a kid trying to pretty much raise my little brother and 2 little sisters because our parents are strung out on crack. And then that led to about, I guess, high school. Um, I it was the summer after my sophomore year, beginning of junior year. That's when I really was like, like screw this, and I took off and went and hung out with one of my friends. Like we've been best friends since kindergarten, Brittany, and she lived over in the Plains, and I went over there and hung out with her, and I ended up meeting Craig or whatever, and I never went back. Like, and I stayed there. Well, again, that like overwhelming feeling like come of me leaving them again. So I started doing pills just to like bury that
Yep.
feeling or whatever. And it just pills led into, one thing, to the heroin. And then November 27th of 2013, my mom, my mom called the Athens County Sheriff's and told them what kind of vehicle I was driving and told them what that I'd have a bunch of heroin on me and to tell them to pull me over. Well,
Oh, great.
needless to say, they pulled me over and they caught me with 4 ounces of heroin. And this is the first time I've ever been in any kind of trouble. So they let me do paper. So I done 5 years community control. And then I was still struggling, like trying to stop, but it wasn't happening. And I was at a dope house, and I met Dustin Ariel, my daughter's dad there, and he he knew, like, he wasn't stupid. Like, you could look at me and tell, like, you're that I was strung
Yeah.
out or whatever. And he messaged Terry and was like, "Hey, give me Rachel's number." And he's like, "No." So Terry like messaged me and was like, "Hey, yada yada yada, whatever." And I went and hung out with Dustin, and he's like, "I don't care what it takes, what I got to pay or what I got to do to get you off that stuff. I'm gonna do it. Like,
Right.
your son needs his mom, and you deserve to live too." Well, it took about uh, two, a week and a half, 2 weeks, and we I literally laid in his bedroom, and every time I'd like sit up or whatever, like he would give me a hit of crack. And I like shit, that's how I got off of heroin, was smoking
Yep.
crack.
Yep.
And everybody is like, "What?" And I'm like, "That's legit, like legitly, that's how I got off of heroin, was smoking crack."
Yep. Coffee and
So that
Feed the brain.
yeah,
don't
for
they?
sure.
Pump up its full endorphins.
Yep.
Yeah.
so that lasted, I don't know, not quite a year. And then I got pregnant for Ariel, and I like stopped everything. And so then Dustin was making meth, and we got raided for it. And I got charged with two child endangerments, and he got charged with manufacturing. And they was trying to give me 16 years in prison and trying to
Woo!
give him 27. And so I was like, "Oh fuck." Like, and so we signed the kids over to his mom, Sheila. And that way, if something would happen, if we would go to prison, whatever, my kids are gonna be taken care of.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so Dustin ended up going to prison, and I let me still do paper or whatever. So by this time, I'm like, fuck that shit. Like, I started to like kind of straighten out or whatever. But like, I still do cocaine or Adderall or whatever. And then fast forward to March of 2007, September 2017, I lost custody of Jaden.
Mm.
And his dad, the way it shouldn't have happened, the way it happened should have never fucking happened. So I got pregnant for Jaden at 17. I was still in high school. Craig was 23.
Mm.
And so here I was going to school, raising a baby, and trying to work full time too.
Yeah.
So, like, that didn't help with the drugs either. But I didn't want Jaden to grow up and hate me and resent me because I didn't let his dad in his life.
Yeah.
So, me being the nice person, I let Craig get him every other weekend. And I lived in Coolville at the time, and Jaden went to school in Albany, which is a half hour, 45-minute drive one way, and I was doing it twice a day. So on the Fridays that he would stay at his dad's, he would stay Sunday night and catch the bus Monday. And I'd go pick him up from school Monday. Well, that Monday afternoon, I go to pick him up, and they called the sheriff on me and told me that I had to leave the premises, that I wasn't allowed to get in Jaden, that Craig had custody of him. Well, Jaden has he gets he has psoriasis, and he digs at it, and he would dig and dig, and like to where it would like break open, and he wouldn't let me put medicine on it, so it turned into impetigo.
Oh,
Well, Craig goes to the courts, and he has Jaden with him when he goes to the courts, and tells them that I was making meth and it blew up in the
what?
room. Like me and my two kids were in the room while I was making meth, and it blew up, and that's what happened to Jaden's face.
Oh,
And due to my prior, like
yeah.
my history, they ran with it. Like they didn't even question nothing. They just ran with it. And that's when I really went downhill. Like I lost it. And I started doing meth, and I couldn't live with, like I couldn't do it anymore. And so we get so March of 2018 we got raided. I still lived with Dustin's parents, and they ended up going to prison. And here once again I'm out in the streets by myself, who can strung out on meth and who can barely take care of myself, let alone a kid.
Yep.
We talked Dustin's grandmother into getting custody of Ariel. She got sick, couldn't do it. So I called Regina, and I'm like, hey, I don't know what to do. She comes down. She was living in Columbus and working at working for the Children's Hospital up there. And she ended up packing up and moving back down here to get custody of Ariel. So I just kind of went crazy again, because I didn't have nobody who needed me to,
Yeah,
like.
absolutely. You felt
So
alone.
I and then I ended up getting pregnant for Jacqueline, and I did go to rehab for a couple months, like in the middle of my pregnancy, but I ended up leaving and didn't go back, and I started using again. And when I went in to have her, we both tested positive for heroin and meth.
Oh,
And it was like it's protocol that they have to contact CPS
yep.
like anytime that happens. So CPS comes and was like, hey, you have half hour to get somebody in here, or we're going to remove her from you. She'll be awarded to the state. I was like, fuck. So once again, I call Regina, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she's like, I'll be there. And if it wasn't for Regina, I wouldn't know. Like, I really wouldn't know what to do. Like, cause I probably would have lost my girls. She comes in and she signs the papers, and she takes Jack home. Like, here she is already. She already has my 4-year-old, and
Oh,
she's 23. She's 23, has a whole life ahead of her. Like, she made it through high school, put herself through college, like got her nursing degree, like, and she moved away, because there ain't shit here. And she put all that on hold to move back down here to get Ariel, and then just for me to turn around and like, hey, here's my addicted baby too.
yeah.
And buddy, she took it on like a champ on the chin, buddy, and she took her home, and she's had her ever since then. And so I had Jack December of 18, and I went to TCC, because obviously CPS was still involved. And it's like, well, maybe what do you think about rehab, whatever. So I go down to TCC in Portsmouth. I think it was March of 19. Yeah, February or March of 19. And then, like an idiot, somebody that I knew from up here came down there, and I was already there for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And somebody I knew was like, hey, come in. And they're like, hey, I have some stuff. And I'm like, no. And then the longer I sat there, and I was like, fuck it, let's go. And I'm
Yeah.
like, you
Call yourself everything.
after I done it, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot? Like, that was
Yep.
so stupid. So I got kicked out. And then I didn't report because I done got kicked out of rehab. So I was like, fuck it, I might as well just not go see my PO. And um, so he ends up putting a PV warrant out for me.
Yep.
And they got me not even I think it was April of 19 they got me, and I sat in jail for 30 days, and they let me out on an ankle monitor. Well, my dumbass, I went back to Dustin's grandma's because I didn't have nowhere else to go, and the boy that I started messing around with, I was like, man, I can't sit at the house, like I can't do this shit. And he was like, well, I said, I can't cut the ankle monitor off because that's a felony F3 escape. I
Yeah.
said, I ain't doing that shit either. He said, we'll hook it to a car battery. We'll fry that son of a bitch. I'm like, no, because it'll blow my leg off. Like,
Yeah.
I won't have a leg. I only have one leg. I'm not going to blow my leg off.
Don't blame me. I might need it to run in future.
Right.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, he said, I promise it won't blow your leg. I said, yes, it will. It'll blow my damn leg off.
Motherfucker, you got experience doing that?
You've done this before.
So I was like, all right. So like I closed my eyes and turned my head. I was like, okay, do it now. And it they called like a couple days later and was like, Rachel, we can't track you. And I'm like, well, obviously I'm at home because you called the house phone. Like
Yeah.
and they're like, well, you need to come in and get a new one or see what's wrong with it. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I didn't go in. And then Steve Sedgwick, I think he's a retired sheriff now, but he come out to the house to arrest me. And he like gets on like radios back and he's like, I don't know why I'm here to arrest Miss Morley. Like she's at home and she has her ankle monitor on like she's supposed to. Like she's not, I don't see what the fucking problem is. And I'm like, yeah, Steve, I don't either. Like I don't see what the problem is either. And they're like, no, she was told a week ago to come in and get a new one on because we cannot track her. And he was like, is that true? And I'm like, God damn it. I was like, yeah. And he was like, come on. So I ended up going back to fucking jail. And I sat 30 days before I even seen the judge. And at that time, I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, I'm done with this shit. So when I went in front of the judge, I said, I don't care how long I got to sit in this goddamn jail. If I have to sit here for 10 years, I'm sitting in here 10 years. I said, and I'm not walking out of these doors. Like you're going to have a sheriff escort my ass to rehab. And he's like, what? I said, I'm not walking out of these doors. I don't care if I told you, I don't care. And he was like, not very many people come in, like say that. And I'm like, I'm done. And he was like, all right. He said, well, I will have you a sheriff escort waiting on you when that bed's ready for you. So I sat another 60 days waiting on my bed. Well, they I went to rehab or whatever, and I did 3.5, 4 months there. And I could have went home, but I was just like, I didn't trust myself. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't trust myself. So I went to a sober living house and I done 3 months there. And I'm not sure if you guys ever seen it, but I don't know if you can see it on but that tattoo,
Yeah.
it is breaking the chain of addiction.
Mhm.
If you ever, I'm not sure if anybody's ever heard of it, but so when I was in the sober living house, me and it was me, Leanne, and Amber. Yeah, the three of us all went together and got that tattoo together. And so then I come home. Well, I was supposed to come home November or I'll backtrack. So I went all that time in jail and in rehab with Sheila did bring Ariel to see me one time. And when Sheila would get Ariel every other Saturday or once a month or whatever, I would call and Sheila would accept my call so I can talk to Ariel. But other than that, and I would call my dad once a month. I went like 90 days in jail and then like over 90 days in rehab with no phone calls, no visits, no nothing. And then when I got to the sober living house, Regina had brought the kids to see me. And this is probably one of the hardest things I've ever like had to do was look my son, my 15-year-old in the eyes and tell him that I was addicted to drugs. Cause
Mm,
he's like, Mom, he's like, where have you been? I was like, I've been sick. He said, no, you ain't. He said, you would have been in the hospital if you're sick, Mom.
yeah.
And Regina looks at me and she's like, don't lie, Rachel. Don't lie to him. He's not stupid. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sick, Jay. And I was like, I was sick. I said, I was addicted to drugs. I said, but that does not make me any less of a person than Gigi. Because that's what they call my sister. I said, that don't make me any less of a person than Gigi, than your dad, than the Donald Trump. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
make me less of a person than anybody else because I was addicted to drugs. I said, you can be addicted to a lot of things like porn,
Yep.
pop, cigarettes, gambling, like sports.
Food.
And I said it goes on and on and on. And he was like, okay, Mom. And that like that's all he just wanted to hear it come from my he's just like, oh, okay, Mom. And and then I was like, I lost it because I was like, man, like here's this, like I my baby like was like okay with it. And so then I supposed to come home November 19th of 19. Yeah. And I go to see my PO and he was like, Rachel, I think I'm going to make you sit in there until after the first of the year. And I'm like, you motherfucker, man, you got to be kidding me. Like I'm doing this all on my good free will and you're going to make me sit until after the first of like, really? And he was like, yeah. He said, come and see me in 2 weeks. And I'm like, God damn it, man. So I had my hopes that I was going home, but not And I go in 2 weeks, I go back and see him, and he was like, I can't find your paper or your folder. And he hollers out to the secretary. He says, hey, is Rachel's folder out there? And she's like, oh, I don't know. Let me see. And she's like, yeah, it's right here. Well, she brings it back and he opens it and shuts it and slides it across the table. He's like, open it. And I'm like, oh, hell no. Like, we ain't doing this again. I said, let's just, Hank, let's just go. Like, come on, let's go. And he's like, no, he said, open it. I said, no, let's just go. Like, I'm not opening it. Let's just go. And he said, Rachel, he said, open it. And I was like, all right, whatever. And I opened it, and there was a sticky note in it and said, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's. You've been discharged.
Oh.
And he was waiting. He made me wait those other 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, but he was making me like had me thinking I was going to sit in there until after the first of the year. But in all reality, he was waiting on my discharge papers to come back.
Right. Yeah.
But my PO, the prosecutor, and the judge signed off and let me off parole 2.5 years early because
Oh,
I done everything I had to do.
that's awesome.
So, and then I went and filed February of 2020. I went and filed for custody back of my girls. I had a court hearing June of 2020 and they denied me custody.
Mm,
And I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like I get it. I'm just coming home. Like I get it.
right.
I said, at least give me visitation. And they denied me visitation.
Damn.
And I'm like, really? Like, so I was like, fuck it. Like, let balls to the wall again. Here I go. And I went, fell off the bandwagon there for a minute. And September of 2020, I went to the doctor and found out I was pregnant for Riot. And that's what saved me, is me getting pregnant. So, once I found out, I stopped. Like, I was like, fuck, I can't, like, I'm not gonna put another baby through, through the same shit
Yeah.
that I put Jack through, and I'm not gonna go through it again either. So I straightened my shit up, and so Regina was letting me get my girls overnights and everything, and then until we had another court hearing, and I come clean about my relapse, and told it's like on the record and everything that about me fucking up for those few months, and that's when Regina stopped letting me get my girls overnight. And so it was just under her discretionation. Like, what if she wanted to let me see them, I seen them. If not, then I didn't get to see them. So we
Yeah.
went back to court again, and I get them 8 hours a month. Every third Sunday I get them for 8 hours. And I'm like, man, like, I've been home almost 6 years. And I think, and like, Regina has seen me at my lowest. And like, I, f- I feel like she's not only robbing me of being able to show my girls the mom that I am now that I wasn't, and robbing me of like because me and Jack don't have that mother daughter bond like we should, because Regina took her home from the hospital, and it would it would hurt me so bad that she would cry for Regina. Like, when she would come and over to spend the night or what, she would cry for my sister. And I'm like, think, like, in my head, like, that's not your mom. Like, I'm your mom. You should want me. Like, but at
Yep.
the same time, I'm like, Rachel, like, that's nobody's fault but your own. Like, you're the one who made
Yeah.
you're the one who done all this. Like, it's
Yep.
not that baby's fault. It's not Regina's fault. Like, it is your fault.
Yeah.
And it just, like, it hurts me that my sister has seen me when I was down and out and at my lowest, and obviously can see me now, and it just, it hurts that she's like not even
Willing.
trying or
Yeah.
wanting me, like, and which I get. She's probably like, I get that she loves my girls, and she's obviously got connected to him or whatever, but to completely rob me of like my time and their time with me, that, like, that's what hurts.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because, I mean, I'm in the same situation. But I get more time than you do, if that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
I get every other weekend, 2 nights a week. I get them for 3 hours in the evening. So I'll go 40 minutes away, pick them up, bring them back, cook them dinner, and then I take them back home after I make them dinner and spend time with them.
Mhm.
And they don't understand. Like, my youngest, she's had since he was 5 days old, so I can relate with that too. And
Mhm.
he's 7. And he knows her as his mom. That's his mom. You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
so everything that you just said, like, it's like, I'm mirroring myself right now because I feel your feelings, right? It's hard to set back, and especially your sister,
Mhm.
and you being in that position, and you're like, man, like you said, you see me at my worst, but you won't see me at my best,
Yeah.
Right.
if that makes sense. So,
Mhm.
like, it hurts when the other person that you think that, especially your sister, um, doesn't put the kids' feelings above, or you know what I mean, above their own sometimes.
Right.
So I can only imagine, you know, the pain that you feel, because I feel it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? I've been there. I'm still
And
there.
but yeah, like I said, Jacqueline would cry for Regina,
Mm.
and it would just go right through me. And then there for probably about a year ago, she started asking me like, "Mommy, like why do we gotta go back to Gigi's? Like
Yep.
why can't we live with you? Why does Riot get to live with you and we don't get to live with you? Like, what makes him more special than
Yep.
us?" And I'm like, nothing, none of that. Like, he's not any specialer than you guys. He's not more loved than you guys. I said, it we had to do it like this because I got in a little bit of trouble when I was sick.
Yep.
And she was like 6 at the time, so I'm like trying to rack my brain to try to tell my 6-year-old like I was addicted to drugs without telling her, like, hey, I was, like, in so many ways without telling her. So and which I told her, well, there'll be one day that you'll be living with mommy again. And and then she had Robbie crying one day. We went to go take him back, and we were getting ready to pull in, and she was like, "Robbie, don't pull in." She said, "No, just keep going to your house, yours and mommy's house." She says, "Don't even pull into Gigi's. I don't want to go back to Gigi's. I want to go to your house." And Robbie's like looking at me, and I'm like, "We have to take her back. Like, we have to take them back. There's no way like we have to take them back, or we will be in trouble, and it's just gonna make everything a lot worse."
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then, like
Yeah.
that,
Absolutely.
it makes it a lot harder on me when they cry not go back. And
Yep.
so it so that yeah, it's just crazy. And then what so yeah, and then here um okay, so my dad, he also is an addict. Well, he's no longer
Mhm.
with us, but that between my girls crying and like crying for me and me feeling like hopeless and useless and like fuck, like I'm a piss poor fucking mom because here my kids are crying for me and there's nothing I can do. Like I
Yeah.
feel like worth like there
Yeah.
it's an I don't know how to explain it. Like the most horrible feeling ever.
Yes.
And so like I said, my dad, he was an addict too. Well, he sends me a message and was like, "Hey, I want to see you and the grandkids." And I'm like, well, last I knew he was in Portsmouth. And I was like, "Oh, next time I'll see what my schedule is and me and the kids will come down." He's like, "Oh, I'm over at your mom's." And I'm like, "Wait, what? Like you're at mom's?" I'm like, "No, no, no. Like come and stay with me." Well, my birthday is July 13th. And then I got my girls on July 15th. And we went and spent the day with my dad. And at the time me and Robbie only had one car and he had to work. So um he took me over and dropped me off. Me and the kids or whatever. And or yeah, took me and dropped me off at my mom so I could see my dad and hang out with the girls or whatever. And my dad was bringing me back home, in which I live about a half hour, 45 minutes away from my mom. And
Yeah.
we get about 10 minutes down the road, and I said, "Dad, turn around. Just turn around." And he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "Turn around and we'll go back to mom's and I will have Kelly come and get us and take us home. And he was like, well, why would we do that? I said, because I know ain't nobody gonna bring you anything, and you ain't walking out of there getting, like, I live in the middle of nowhere, like literally
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah.
I said, you ain't walking out of there, and ain't nobody gonna come bringing it to you. And he's not my biological dad, but he's the one who raised me. Like, him and my mom got together when I believe she was still pregnant for me. They got married when I was like not even a year old. Like, that's my dad.
Right.
And so he was like, I got it, Ray. Like, I promise you, I got it. That, and I'm like, I really don't think you do, Dad. Well, the last words I ever heard come out of my dad's mouth was, I'm glad you're my daughter. I love you, Ray. Because I told him, I was like, I don't give a fuck what time, day, night, if I'm at home just laying on the fucking couch, or if I'm at work. Like, if you feel like you're going to go do something stupid, call me
Yes.
and I will be right there, Dad. I will come and get you. And he said, Ray, you'll lose your job. And I said, Dad, my job is replaceable. My dad isn't.
Yeah.
And he started crying and he said, I love you, Ray. I'm so glad you're my daughter. And that was the last time I ever heard from my dad. The 18th, I get woke up, Robbie wakes me up and he said, hey, something's going on. Like, your phone's going nuts. Like, you better get up and see what's going on. It was my mom and my sister calling and telling me that my dad OD'd and died.
So sorry.
And that was one of the hardest things I've had to do, like, was burying my dad. And honestly, if it wasn't for, like, my sister-in-law Kelly, like, if I didn't have a good, like, support team or whatever, like, I would have lost it. Like, I would have put it back and started using it again, because, like, I'm like, like, I'm daddy's little girl. Like, it 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 fucked with me bad.
Absolutely.
So, but and I tell everybody now, like, if me feeling useless because my girl's crying for me and not being able to do anything, and me losing my dad that close to my birthday, and me begging him to come and stay with me, and him telling me he got it, whatever, and then 3 days, not even 3 days later, he ODs and dies. I said, it's gonna have to be a damn good fucking, it's gonna have to be pretty fucking massive for me to be, it to take me down and drag me back into the fucking doing drugs and stuff. So which I ain't gonna lie, every day's a struggle. Like, some days are better than others, but and some days I just lay in bed and cry because I just can't. Because if I know if when I'm in, like, if I wake up and I'm in that state of mind, I just stay in bed, because I know, like, I'll probably end up doing something stupid and regret it. But and then, which Kelly, my sister-in-law, she's really good about it too. Like, if she doesn't hear from me or Robbie, because Robbie's a recovered addict also, if she doesn't hear from one of us daily, she's like
Yeah.
calling us or showing up, like, hey, like, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
you guys okay? So which that helps a lot too. So
That's good. So how long do you have now?
September of this year will be 6 years.
Oof. You go, girl. You go, girl. And don't give up. Like, I know, like, for me, like, it's hard for me with my kids too. I just want to say this to you, like, don't give up. Just because it's not right now doesn't mean, it just means not yet, just not right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? do I think that like we deserve to be rewarded for like our progress? Absolutely not. But like I do feel like sometimes that it shouldn't be overlooked.
Mhm.
You know, especially when it comes to our children and their feelings should be put
Mhm.
above ours at any given time.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so
And that
like don't give up. You know what I mean? Don't give up on that. Just keep
that's
fighting.
what, like, I feel like Regina doesn't realize that she ain't hurting me. She ain't hurting herself. She's hurting them babies.
Yep.
And then those my girls are gonna end up which I hope they don't, because like I said, if it wasn't for Regina, I wouldn't know what the hell I would have done or
Yeah.
where I'd be, because like I said, she was 23 and stopped her entire life
Yeah.
to take my kids in so I wouldn't lose them. But at the same time, like, my girls are probably gonna resent her and hate her
I,
like we do our mom, because of the shit that we had to go through in our childhood.
yeah,
But
for sure.
at the same time, Regina's just trying to protect them. But at the same time, like, she's like not seeing like they're, like, not taking their feelings to acknowledge or whatever.
Yeah, into consideration. And you know, and sometimes like people don't realize that like they don't they'll put their feelings above the other person's or the children's because they couldn't imagine. Like I know my sister has, you know, that connection with my children, and I understand that she loves them. I don't doubt that. Don't doubt that at all, because she took on, her kids were already grown, and you know, she
Mhm.
took on 4 of my children. So like I'm not really sure what it is, and I can't really sit here and speculate. So all I can tell you is realistically is just don't give up, man. Just like just
Mhm.
keep going back, keep going to court, and you know, and keep doing the next best thing for you and them babies. You know what I mean? Don't allow like that to ever take you back to that place. Strive to be better. You know what I mean? And I think that you're already doing that. You've got 6 years, and that speaks volumes. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
And I guess another thing that I can't get my wrap my mind around is like, I asked her for help once. Like, what I don't know why she, like, if I caught myself slipping, of course I'm going to be like, hey Regina, like, hey,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I need help again. Like, so I don't know why. I just I don't understand. I don't know.
It's definitely it's definitely a mystery. Just don't give up. You know what I mean? Like don't give up. There were some really dark moments for you. Can you describe hitting rock bottom and what that felt like for you?
Um, it probably would have had to been when Craig got told the lies about Jay,
Mm.
and that I just I felt like killing myself, like, all
Oh,
bullshit. Like, I felt like I had no reason to live anymore. Like, Sheila had custody of Ariel, and Craig done took Jaden from me. So what else do I have nothing else to live for? So why even be here?
yeah, yeah. Did you ever regain custody back of Jay?
I did not. But and and this is another way, like, in which I tell myself this a lot, like, my Jaden and my girls, they have a great life. Like,
Yeah,
Jaden, he plays football, he plays baseball, like, he if he sticks with it, he's gonna be big. He's gonna go somewhere.
yeah,
And I always say, like, they have a life that I can't give them. And Robbie's like, no, Rachel, that's not true. Like, that's
yeah,
not true. And I'm like, but I feel like it is, like, somewhat it is true. Like, they, like, Craig and Heather have decent jobs, and like he's a firefighter, EMT. Like Heather works for title, whatever. Like, and he's 15, and I always like, and deep down inside my heart, I like the day that boy turns 18, like he's gonna come back, like he's gonna come running back to mommy. And then same with my girls, like Virginia has given them girls a damn good life. Like they are in Girl Scouts, they are in cheerleading, they do soccer, they do tumbling, they do peloton, whatever that damn thing is where they twirl that stick
Yeah.
thing between their hands.
Yeah.
Like Regina, is doing a damn good job raising my girls, and I couldn't thank her enough because, like I said, like I sometimes like I sit back and like look at it like, well, shit, like, do I want to uproot them and like make them come live with me and not me possibly not be able to give them the life that they're used to, and then they be mad at me because, well, Gigi can give me this but you can't give me this. I want to go live back, like I go back and like I
Yeah,
go back and forth on myself a lot.
He said you overthink shit.
I do.
I do it all the time. Like, especially with my daughter, like, she don't even call me dad. You know what I mean? Like, my aunt and uncle, that's mom and dad. Like, every time I hear it, it fucking makes my blood boil. You know what I mean? But that's my doing.
Yeah.
And, like, she's thriving. You know what I mean? She's beautiful, intelligent, young girl. Do I agree with everything they do? No. Not at all. But she's happy, healthy, and she's loved. So I can't really ask for more than that.
Yeah, same. We did. It's a big responsibility taking on children that don't belong to you. You know what I mean? And it takes a really special type of person to do so. So I'm very, very grateful also for my sister, and I know you're grateful for your sister too. But don't be so hard on yourself. Be kind. You know what I mean? Be kinder to yourself, because sometimes the only thing a child wants is their mother. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Right. So, and then that's like Ariel. She'll be 11 in February, but she called me one evening when I was at work, and she was like, "See, Gigi, I told you mom was at work," and I'm like, "What?" And Regina's like, "Oh, I don't care. You're still going to tell her." I'm like, like, at first I'm like, "What's going on? Like, everything okay?" And she's like, "Oh, yeah, mom, we'll just call us when you get off of work." And I'm like, Regina's like, "No, we're talking to her now." And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like, obviously, if Gigi's telling me we're talking to her now, like, something's going on, baby. Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
And she's not she started her period. And, like, just little moments like that. Like, I'm not able, like, I won't be able to, endure that moment with her or whatever. I had to, but just the little moments like that, that's what really kind of gets to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
And that's normal. You know what I mean? I don't know what I would do if I was on, you know what I mean? If I was in that position. Like, I'm sorry. I hope that things get better and you get more visits and more time. You've earned that. You've earned that. You know what I mean? You've more than proven that you are willing and able to be the sober, present mother that you are today. You know what I mean? I met your little boy briefly, so, and he seems really happy. He wanted his daddy, but
right. And that's another thing. Like, I try to tell Regina, like, I'm like, Regina, like, I get you're kind of hesitant on like me falling back, me relapsing, whatever. I get that. I said, because sometimes I scare myself. Like, don't think I don't, because sometimes I do. I said, but for 1 second, do you honestly think that if I was using, that Kelly is going to let me have Riot? that Kelly is going to let me still live in her mom's house, that Kelly is going to let even help me and Robbie at all if we're using. I said, like hell, she's not. I said, no, she's going to take riot. She's going to kick us the hell out, tell us to
Yeah.
eat feet, get the hell out of here. I don't want nothing. Like, get the fuck
Yeah.
out. Like, no.
Yeah.
Like, and that's another thing I can't get Regina to understand. Like, Buddy Kelly, she would be all over it. Like, and like she has seen Robbie at his worst just as well as Regina's seen me at my worst. And so, and it just, I don't know. But like I'm hard. Like I think overthink shit a lot. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody does, and it's hard not to.
Mhm.
It is, and
So one of the biggest things I do is like I do a lot of grounding techniques, right?
Mhm.
Because with my overthinking, like I catastrophize any situation.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I will make it as
worse than
bad
what
as
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
do that too.
so like self talk for me is huge for me, right? Because I always have to tell myself like I didn't fucking destroy my life overnight,
No.
right?
Right.
But it only takes a couple minutes to blow up a bridge, right? But it takes years to rebuild it. Keep
Mhm.
doing what you're doing. The right things come with, good consequences.
Yeah. And
As it,
persistency.
that's it. Consistency.
Yeah. I said
Mhm.
persistency, but consistency for sure. You have to just keep doing what you're doing, man. Like you're proving that you can do it. Just
Mhm.
I urge you to be kinder on yourself though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Don't be so hard on yourself, girl, because listen, you're doing all the right things. And honestly, like from what I can tell, you're doing pretty good. You know what I mean? So don't
I try.
just be kinder to yourself, right? I beat myself up a lot too, because I'm like, man, am I even am I even meant to be a mother? You know what I mean?
Right.
Girl, I will tear myself apart in a matter of seconds. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, man, I'm a great person. Like I'm a
Mhm.
good person. Like, and I've worked really hard to get like where I'm at and like to be who I am. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um,
Like there's been like God, nights upon nights upon nights that I've just like cried myself to sleep and thinking to myself, like, because at the time, Regina didn't have no kids, but she does now. Like, my niece is, she just turned 2. But I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, I want to go take her daughter from her just to
okay.
show her how it feels
Yeah.
and like not let her see her or talk to and just so she can see how it feels and how I
Yeah.
felt and what I went through.
Yeah. Yeah. You I get that. I get that. I want to be a spiteful bitch sometimes too. I
Mhm.
do. I do. I do, but then I have to remind myself like, man, like that's not even who I am or what I stand for.
Exactly.
Like,
Right.
yeah,
And
dang,
then
girl, like,
when
I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be
right.
like
And when so she did live in the plains, which is about half hour from me. When she told me that she was moving to Vienna, Parkersburg, whatever, which was like an hour away, like I went there to pick my girls up or drop them off or something, and that's when she told me, and I just looked at her, and I'm like, I'm just gonna turn around and walk away. And she's like, "What?" I said, "I'm just gonna turn around and walk away, Regina. Like I don't even want to talk about it right now. Like I'm out." And I get to the car and I lost it. Like I completely fucking lost it because I knew, like, if that would have been me 5 years ago standing there, like, regardless if my girls are there or not, like, I would have flipped the hell out and, like, probably tried to kill her or something.
yeah,
Because, like, she's taking like, taking my babies. But I'm just like, you know what? We're gonna cut, we'll come back to this. Like, I can't, I'm not doing it. And I
yeah,
sat in the car and I cried for like an hour before I even left. Cause, like, I'm like, man, like, not now. She's like, not, doesn't want me to see him. Now she's going to move an hour away, which is going to make it even hard. Like, so, but yeah, and even the magistrate even acknowledged me on my, like she's like, the Rachel that sits here today is not the Rachel that sat here 5-6 years ago. Like she's like, and I don't know her on a personal level. I just know her from coming in here and, me doing the courts or whatever. She's like, she has changed in the past 5-6 years. So
Just don't give up. You know what I mean? Don't give up. You're in recovery right now. So what does your recovery look like right now?
So I basically I try to stay busy for the most part because I just try to not people, places, and things. That's what gets me a lot. Like I had to I pretty much cut all ties with all my family but my sister Regina because she has my girls. Because believe it or not, my family is probably one of my biggest triggers. And when I tell people that, they're like, "What?" And I'm like, especially my mom. My mom is one of my biggest triggers. Like when I get around her, I don't know. She just, and I love her to death. She's my mom, and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. But at the same time, I'm just like, I hate her for what she, done to us when we were kids.
Yeah.
But so I keep myself, like I don't go nowhere. I don't talk to anybody. I go to work. I come home. And I usually, talk to Stephanie or Kelly and that's about it. Like I literally do nothing. And that's,
Healthy solitude.
and that's how I have that's how I have to keep it. Or, and even like I said, September will be 6 years and I'm still like, I don't know if I'm able to go. Like, I don't want to chance
You're
it
just
yet.
fearful of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you found something that's comfortable and something that works for you, and you're scared to change it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do the same thing. I go to work, I come home. This is my safe place. I really don't talk to nobody besides her. Like,
wife cooks some food.
Right.
It's fucking good. Everything I prayed for, I got it here. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, you can't
Yes.
ask for. You're doing the right thing. You know what I mean? Keep doing what you're doing, and don't give up. Don't give up.
To me, I feel it would be important for you to remember that we can't control people's thoughts, feelings, or actions.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
everything you're doing is what you're supposed to be. And whether you realize it or not, your kids will recognize it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's,
absolutely.
that's Robbie tells me that all the time. He's like, you meant like your girls see, Jay know, like they know. Like
Yeah.
they know they know what's going on. They can see. So
Yeah, and they won't understand, for however long, but when they finally do, they'll understand that you've been present and there for a while and better for a while. So it'll get better. You know what I mean? It'll get better. So what advice would you give to anyone listening who feels like it's impossible to turn their life around?
just don't look back. Don't just don't look back.
Yeah, that's good. Don't look back. Do we have another one? Let me see. Let me see if I have another one, Rachel. Don't quit on me now. No, just play it. Yeah, I do. What's a message you want everyone listening to remember? She's like, she's putting me on the spot.
Don't overthink it now.
Yeah, don't.
I know.
Let her rip.
Oh, it's what is it? It's Jelly. It's one of Jelly Roll's songs. Winter Streak. So something about 20 year, meaning he didn't walk in there.
Nobody comes through these doors on a winning streak.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak.
Hey,
Right.
when I was driving back from Arkansas, I
Yeah.
was fucking jamming that shit.
I love Jelly Roll. I tell everybody Jelly Roll is my future husband. I'm going to marry that man. But I'm going to see. I get to go see him in July.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
going to see him in July.
Oh, yeah. There you go. There you go. You did absolutely amazing. Your past doesn't define you, is what this says. Transformation takes courage and persistence. And there's always hope, even when it feels impossible.
Yep.
It is. There is. Sometimes we struggle with seeing lights at the end of the tunnel, but sometimes our light has never left us. Just remember that. You know what I mean? Like once you find it, we might feel like there's still no light, but sometimes we have to realize that it's never left us.
Right.
So, your kids are going to see you for exactly who you are, and they're going to be proud of the person that you turned into. Don't give up on that. You know what I mean? Your story was powerful, and I can relate with you in so many ways. Hey, if you ever, you want to talk, like you got me on there, you can just say, hey, how are you doing? Like today, like I'm feeling, messed up. Like, like, listen, me too. I'm having a terrible ass day. You know what I mean? Because girl, I have them too. We all do, but be proud of how far you've come and where you're at today. Yeah, you got all kinds of them, girl. You're gonna have to go back through these comments because people left all kinds of them, and you've got so much great support in this.
I seen where Brian Darst was one of them. He was one of my peer support workers from 2019. So he was right there when I first started all of this. He was right there.
Yeah. He said he was proud of you. Proud of you, homie. That's what he said. And then he said, keep your head up, homie. I seen you back. And then he said, I seen you back then, and I see you now, and I can see the change. Just keep it up. You're gonna have to go through and read all these because there's a lot of them. Shout out to everybody that jumped on to support her tonight. And like I said, thank you for sharing and trusting us with your story and sharing it with us. I will upload this to the YouTube podcast because we do have a podcast channel on YouTube. So we upload every episode. So Facebook decides they want to, delete them after 30 days. So I started the podcast on YouTube. So I upload every episode. So it's always there. So Pages from Rock Bottom on YouTube. You can go find it at any time. If anybody missed your episode, it'll be there too. So,
what's your favorite color?
Yeah, what's your favorite color?
I have to say a turquoise.
A turquoise. Okay. He said okay. Well, I will make it in several: black, white, turquoise. I will make a shirt in honor of the 2 quotes that you gave us. And like I said, we appreciate you. We appreciate you, your story, and just don't give up.
Another good quote is I'm my only enemy. I'm my only enemy.
Yeah. My only enemy, or my own worst enemy.
I'm my own.
She's like, I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look. All right. What was your question?
Have you ever heard of reframing?
Oh, that's a good one.
Ew. What?
It's like a coping
It's a
skill.
coping skill.
Yeah.
It's called reframing.
Oh, reframing.
Yeah. When it comes to overthinking, it has helped me tremendously.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to reframe the situation and look at it through a different set of lenses, pretty much. Yeah. It'll help. She's like, I'm looking. I'm looking.
Hey, man, get off of him. Shit.
Oh. Tasha said, keep up all your good work. Love you. Hit me up sometime.
I swear that it's a new era. Have you
Yeah, I'm my own enemy. That's what it is.
Okay. Got it. Got it, girl. Got you. Got you. Yep.
Jelly and struggle.
Yeah. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
All right.
that's my guy.
Oh, but thank you. We appreciate you. I do know, I'm just going to continue to tell you, don't give up. Like I've never given up on like, I just know that just not right now. Like I have a daughter. I'm going to share this with you before you go. That I lost my first time in active addiction. Her name is Tiffany. She just had her 23rd birthday and she has a daughter of her own. She just had a baby. The last time I actually ever really had a conversation with her was when she was ripped out of my arms at 8 years old. And I was on meth. You know, I chose drugs over my children, that we done lost everything. And still to this day, she won't even have a conversation with me. You know what I mean? And, you know, it's still due to my doings. But I still do not lose hope. I will send her a message on Facebook just for her to see it. You know, tell her happy birthday or something. Maybe just out of the blue, like, you know, hey, just want to let you know I was thinking of you. I love you. Like, don't give up hope. I know, like, it's been, oh my gosh, she was 8. It's been almost 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a really long time, but I have not lost that little inkling of hope. Because she did respond to one of my messages, just one. And she's just not ready, you know what I mean?
Right.
But that doesn't mean that like it's never gonna happen.
Next year, 5 years down the road, too, right?
How it could happen tomorrow, you know what I
Right.
mean? And just don't give up and don't just
Be gentle with yourself.
Yeah, be gentle and just keep praying. And if once you lose hope, then that's when you need to get worried. So don't lose hope. You know what I mean? Don't lose hope. Don't lose you. Because if you lose you, then them kids are not going to have you anymore. Right. So you just be setting
everything happens for a reason.
It does. It does. Put that one down too. We're on a couple. And it does. Everything does happen for a reason, and just don't give up, okay? Do not give up. And thank you. We appreciate you. You have an amazing story, and you're an amazing person. And like I said, if you ever need anything, just say, hey, Kim, you know. I'm always sitting at the house too. You know, I work from home. I'm a hermit, and I don't do. You know, this is probably the most excitement besides seeing my kids I do in a week. You know what I mean?
Right.
Except for March United. I do have my own event in Pike County called March United in Waverly. So I do have that once a year. But besides that, I don't do much. So yeah, I can relate with that too. But keep your head up, girl. Keep your head up. And we appreciate you.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us and sharing and commenting and supporting Rachel. And we will see everybody Monday with, who was it?
Fuck, man.
Oh, he just said the F-bomb. Travis, Uber.
Oh, Hoover. Yep. He,
Hoover.
I know him.
Ah, yeah.
Mhm.
How do you say his last name?
Hubbard.
Do you know? Hubbard. See, I
Hubbard.
knew I didn't say it wrong.
See, where I'm from, people with that last name, it's Hoover.
Well, she knows him personally,
Right.
so
Yeah.
listen, I knew he was gonna correct me when I said it because I'm like, I'm probably gonna mess this guy's last name up. But Travis, I'm excited to hear your story. I ain't gonna lie, like I'm excited to hear everybody's stories,
Mhm.
and because we all have one, and then we have Lynn Miner next Wednesday. God, we've got some great stories coming up, guys.
Mhm.
Great
Booking
stories.
up, baby.
Say his name one more time, Rachel.
Travis Hubbard.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
Hubbard.
Got it. See, I don't want to say it wrong again. When I do my videos, I don't want to say Uber. I'm not listen, I can't help it. Like
Right.
I should,
He's a goofy guy. Like he's a goofy guy. He's a pretty good
he's probably
guy.
like, this girl can't, I don't even know if I want to do a podcast with her. She can't even pronounce my
Bitch
last
is
name.
fucking nuts. Right.
Yeah, what the fuck is I swear I'm a really genuine person.
Her mouth just runs faster and her mind does.
There. Hey, he said it.
Yeah.
He said it.
Mhm.
God
But-
bless her.
God bless her. Join us Monday, guys,
We appreciate you.
with Travis and Wednesday with Lynn. And we will see everybody then. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Do not forget, go like and follow our page, guys. Everybody that commented, go like and follow our page. And go to YouTube and follow our YouTube podcast page. We're trying to build it too. And go check out Echoes of Recovery, our merch store. And join us Monday with,
Travis Hubbard.
there you go.
And we got problems.
There you go. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you this Monday with Travis. Okay. Bye. And it's